This is I don't know how many times I have attempted to try and pour even just a small, you know, eye drop um, amount of energy into some kind of creativity that I enjoy to just get my mind off of other stuff. And every time I try to, I can't because I'm exhausted. And it's not the type of exhausted that um, I can go to sleep with and fix. This is like, I feel it in my muscles, I feel it in my bones. And sometimes, like today, it's actually gotten me worked up. I'm actually emotional. Like, I want to cry about it because every time I've tried and every time I've had a little bit of extra energy to put into what I'm doing or what I want to do, I should say, something happens. Something gets corrupted or doesn't record right or just something. Whether it's me being too hard on myself or it just happens, like something's trying to stop me. And I'm sick of it. I've tried for at least 2 weeks now to make this. And this is just how it's going to have to work. But I am tired. I know the last time I made something, it's closing in on a year, just about, I think. Or more. Who knows? I haven't checked in a while, but I just am so out of it. I wanted to make this channel specifically for my more creative endeavors to try and, get me through stuff. And it was, a little pet project that was actually getting me through a really rough time last year. And the main reason I stopped was because I didn't have internet. Got cut off. And it wasn't because of, well, just to be real, I didn't pay the bill because I couldn't. I didn't have any money, and I had been already, using what little help I was able to get at the time to pay for stuff while trying to get a job. And no matter what I did, I just couldn't get one. And it didn't help either that my eldest cat was dying. And I didn't realize it until basically the day of. And I was doing everything I could so that I could at least afford to have enough money to make sure he and his niece, daughter, no relation for real, could eat and he could keep getting treatment to help him in some kind of way. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And And by, a stroke of luck of me still having, some good relations at the time, I was finally able to get a job, but it took an extra month and a half to even get things kind of back on track, and now it's obviously changed, but it's still hard. I've got a job, a different one, but it's confusing right now, and my living situation is, it's in a uncomfortably stable position, and it's like, I know for a fact that if I don't make a change or make the change that I want to make, then I'm never gonna get another chance. I don't feel like I will. It feels like this is the main point of transition for me, and as much as I really do have some hesitation in me, my need to move on is much greater, and I couldn't forgive myself if I stayed where I'm at, because I'm not happy, and I haven't been happy for a very long time. I'm constantly in survival mode. I'm constantly exhausted. I'm constantly worried and stressed out, and that's not good. It's making issues I have worse, and the fact that I'm having to push so hard is only adding to my mental illness. This is however many I have at this point, and whatever it's doing to me physically. I've tried to explain myself to, in essence, the powers that be, and, well, the powers that be in the 3D, and it's getting me nowhere. It's gotten me nowhere. I'm still in the same spot I was 3 years ago, and there's a part of me that's like, it's fucking pathetic, you know. It's sad, and how the hell am I the age that I am and still stuck where I am? It just, it doesn't help my self-esteem or my self-confidence. And then, like, the only, support system I had as far as fulfilling all areas that I actually needed, not being where I am, makes it even harder, And that's not to say I haven't had help, but the help I've had has just been taxing. It's been stressful because sometimes I feel awful, and then other times I feel like it's chipping away at my soul to have to ask for it. It feels painful to me. And that's on top of, the physical pain I already deal with on a regular basis. And so I'm just depleted. That's the word. I am depleted now. I don't have the steam. I just don't have it like I used to. And it makes me so... It makes me sad because I know for a fact that I still have so much to just pour into other things and other people and other environments, and yet this one is the one that I'm stuck in, and it's sucking the life out of me, and I don't know what else to do. I've prayed, I've screamed, yelled, cried. I've done all kinds of things to try and just work this never-ending tension out, and it doesn't go away. Like, I'll have few moments of respite, but even in those few moments, it's like something is just trying to drag me down and just fuck with me. And it's never like, it's like the same kind of energy, but it's always got a different face. And it leaves me in these positions where my physical pain is overwhelming, that sometimes I really do. I would much rather just lay in the floor and feel something solid underneath me, even if it hurts the ligaments and bones that generally have my joints screaming. I'd much rather not be in survival mode and just get to take my time and indulge in things that I like. Like flowers and stuffed animals sometimes, action figures and painting. I want to take some time and crochet and just make a space mine and do things that I enjoy, do things I love, find new hobbies and indulge in them, but not to the point where I'm completely obsessed, which is probably going to happen anyway, because, ADHD and autism just kind of make life great. But I just want to be happy, I want to be able to be with the community of people that actually want to see me succeed and push me in the right ways instead of just making me feel like I'm a failure or a piece of shit all the time. Or even just environments, neighborhoods, just, I need something new. And I want it so bad. And I've been making the steps and taking the right strides, I feel. But I still feel like it's just because I'm so tired that by the time I can sort of rest, I gotta get back up. That's just capitalism. Yippee-ki-yay. I hope my cat would have came in here and me and her could talk. That's something else. I'd like to be able to just pamper my cat too. Be able to take her and get her a spa day. You know, have her cute and stuff. Especially with her getting older. You know, I can see it happening. You know, she's having to take her time more often. Want to get up on stuff, you know, and it's like, shit. And I just went through this with the last one, and I miss that cat every day. She misses him too, even if he got on her nerves. You know, it's shit. That was my soulmate and an animal. I'd like to have more animals too. Hell, I like them. I like them more than people sometimes, because at least when you talk to them, they give you their attention. Sometimes. You know, at least I don't feel offended when my cat ignores me. Generally. Because I know at the end of the day, even if they fall asleep while I'm talking, it's not a bad thing. And they're next to me all the time. And I guess the other reason it took me so long to do this is because I never felt like anybody would care. You know, trying to talk to people in my real life, I get trust issues. You know, I'm always waiting for somebody to use something against me or hurt me in some kind of way. Or just, you know, they decide they're tired of me and just want to humiliate me. And because I'm just, I don't know, so non-confrontational, I could easily, some people anyway, you know, I could confront them. Cause shit, ain't nobody really left. But I don't want to deal with the confrontation. I don't want to deal with the aftermath. And I shouldn't worry about it. But I do. And I'm trying to work on it. You know, it's part of what I'm working on. Some part of me is just like, the only way it's ever going to get fixed is if you just get into a different environment. But I can't get there yet. I'm gonna get off of here and just exist, I guess. Hell. Maybe I'll do another one, I don't know.